Hi guys, I am super excited to be able to share my YouTube channel with you where we are going to be discussing all things related to busting the myth of midlife crisis. You see, at this age, we need to be able to uplift ourselves. We need to be able to love ourselves. We need to be able to grow together as a community and learn about the things that we love about midlife crisis. So, today we are going to get into 5 reasons to be excited about midlife. Let's call it midlife glory, not midlife crisis. So, if you think this information is going to resonate with you, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so I could bring more information to you just like this. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. So, let's just go right ahead and get into the first reason on my list as to why we need to continue to be happy and excited about this special time in our lives. And that is simply because at this stage, it is not important for us to have to validate anything to anybody. Now, I must admit, this is one of my favorite reasons for reaching this stage in life. See, when we were teenagers, you always felt like as if you had to please people. You always felt like as if you had to do and say the things that other people wanted you to do and say just to find your space in your place. But as you grow and you mature, you begin to recognize that you do not have to look for that validation because you've reached that stage in your life where you can write your own script. And it's time for us to recognize that we can be the editors of our own stories, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. This is a stage where we don't need to get permission to think and feel and be who we really are. I mean, let's face it, if not now, when? It's really time for us to stop thinking or give it a damn what other people think and feel about us. As the saying goes, what you think of me is none of my business. So it is time for us to liberate ourselves, and that in itself is so very important. Throw away any fears that you may have, because fears are just really false emotions. False emotions that really don't exist. Fear is something that we anticipate is going to be a problem, and then sometimes it creates anxieties in us. But we don't need to have those anxieties if we recognize that that fear is just something that is lurking out there. It's like the enemy from within. So if never before, it is time for you to find your own identity and be firm about what you will and you will not accept in life. It's time for you to own that life. And that brings me to the second reason why we should be super excited about midlife. So does anybody have an idea of what number 2, the second reason I have on my list to be happy and excited about midlife? Well, number 2 has to do with being extremely selfless all of your life, and it's called motherhood. I know we had a fantastic time taking care of our children, carrying them to school, teaching them lessons, just making them into the male or female that they have grown into. And it's an exciting time. But equally as exciting is the time that you have now to liberate them into the world, and at the same time liberate yourself, recognizing that you have done a fantastic job, and it's time for you to just give yourself a pat on the back. I mean, you need to really hone in on the magnificent job that you have done as a parent to raise your child to be who or what they are at this point in time. And be proud of that success, be proud of that accomplishment, and recognize that it is indeed now time for you to start taking care of yourself. Because for all of those years, you know what? We put ourselves aside. Everything was about the kids. It was about making sure everybody else was taken care of except ourselves. So wouldn't you agree that it's time now for you to take care of yourself, whether it be self-care, whether it be getting massages, whether it be beauty care, whether it be health, whether it be taking care of your mindset, all of those things that we would have lost during these years when we were just focused, laser focused, and for the right reasons on taking care of everybody else. Now this is time for you. And that, if that is not a reason to be super excited about midlife, then I don't know what is. So give yourself some credit, take care of yourself, go get yourself a facial, go get yourself a massage. And that brings us to the third reason why I and you should be super excited about midlife. So now I just want you to take a little trip back down memory lane, back to when you were in your teenage stage, when you were probably 18 or 19 and you were super excited about what life has in store. You wanted to know what your children would be like. You wanted to know if you'd be getting married. You wanted to know what your career would be like. You just wanted to know what life had in store for you down the road. And why should it be any different for us now? Why do some of us feel like as if once you reach this stage, it's almost the end of the line? No. This is just the beginning. This is a beginning where we need to now start to look for how we are going to be here 20 years down the road. How we're going to grow gracefully. How we're going to mature. How we're going to live our best life. So I just want you to understand that this is the years where we just hone in to how glorious our life is going to be 20 years down the road. So right now, think of yourself as the same 18-year-old from yesteryear, but you are just better, wiser, and mentally stronger. Which brings me into number 4. So before we get into reason number 4, I just want to share with you that I would like to make this a dialogue and not a monologue. So I just ask you to share with me, because you are me and I am you, because we are all in this community together as we share this special phase of our lives, which we call midlife. So if anything I say resonates with you and you care to comment, please drop a comment below. But the fourth reason that I have in my mind, and coincidentally as I say my mind, is that the mind is indeed your greatest asset. You see, if you look around you and you see what's happening with social media, everybody has to look beautiful and look glorious because they're only thinking of the outside. But as you mature and as you grow, you recognize that it's not only about the outside appearances, but it has much deeper meaning when you could connect to your mind, and I don't think we give that enough value. So number 4 on my list is that the mind is your greatest asset, and when we realize that, that is a game changer. So for the 5th and final reason that I have on my list for us to be super excited about midlife, I want you to take time to relate to somebody who is older than you. It could be a mother, it could be an aunt, somebody who is near and dear to you, and ask them, what would they tell their younger self? And I can guarantee you that the answers they would give you would help you to realize that it is so important for us to live our best life every single day as it comes. And it is no different right now, because tomorrow is not promised. So this is an opportunity for us to springboard into the life that we want to live, the life that we can see ourselves living and growing with grace and dignity and poise. So always remember, please take time to give me a comment below. Share with me how you felt about the information that I offered you today. Share with me maybe the top 5 reasons that you will be excited about midlife. So thanks for joining me, and as always, have yourself a great day. Looking forward to seeing you next time.